that record button so everybody's aware of that. For those of you that don't know me, I am Mr. Krill, the principal at Sachse High School, and I welcome you here to our first town hall meeting for the school year 2020-2021. Couple of house cleaning things I need you to do. If you would, please take a look and mute your mic. That will cut down on a lot of feedback that we get when I'm talking or somebody else needs to jump in. So take a moment, and if you would, please mute your mic so we won't have that feedback. And we'll get going. One thing that you will learn about me if this is your first town hall meeting or meeting with me is that I always try to start on time and for sure end on time. So you're more than welcome to join late if you're running late, but just know that I'm going to do everything I can to start right at go time. So here we go. Again, thank you for showing up and trying to learn what's going on in this this new world of school that we're going to be doing. I do have a couple of members of my leadership team that are here. People from my administrative side, assistant principals, my RTI facilitator, as well as people from the counseling department. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to take any verbal questions. I'm going to ask that everybody use the chat box that's going to be in the top right-hand corner of your computer screen. If you have questions as we go, and maybe I'm not touching on those things, if you'll just post your questions in the chat box, my leadership team will answer those in real time. If we do not know the answer to one of your questions, then we will capture that question and we will get the answer to you as soon as we can. That just means that we need to go to the district or to a specific department to get the answer, okay? And I would be lying to you if I was sitting here and telling you, hey, we have all the answers. I don't. I have some, and I know what's going on right now at 7:02 on the 23rd of July, but that may change by 7:02 a.m. On the 24th. So just know that. But we're going to do everything we can to try to ease your mind and answer some of the questions that you may have. So let's get going. What does school look like come August the 10th? Well, it's all going to be virtual, and it's going to be what we call synchronous, okay, or on time. Okay, I know that seems to be a little bit of confusion. What does synchronous mean? We're going to run basically a normal school day. Now, there could be some minor changes to that. We haven't seen the final schedule, but we are going to be able to start school at 7:30. We are not expecting students to stay logged on from 7:30 to 2:50 unless somebody comes back and changes something. There's going to be breaks that are built into the school day, but they do have to have 240 minutes. So we are going to get those minutes in. What that exactly looks like, I'm not quite sure. That decision is going to be made over the weekend, if not first part of next week. And I'm going to have these weekly meetings for those that are returning to me. I did these on Saturdays last spring. Every Saturday at 10 o'clock, we had a meeting like this, and I took questions, answered questions, things like that. So we will have another meeting next week, probably with some new information, probably with some changed information, and with some updated information. So to answer the first question, it's going to be in real time, synchronous learning starting at 7:30 on August the 10th. Okay. And the way we do it, for those of you that are not familiar with block scheduling, we are on an A-B block. New this year, even for you returning, you veteran Mustangs, this will be a change. Monday and Wednesday will be A days. Tuesday and Thursdays will be B days. And then Fridays will alternate. Okay, so in this first 4 weeks of learning, we will have 4 Fridays. 2 will be A's and 2 will be B's, but those will alternate. August the 14th an A, and the 28th an A. The 21st and September 4th are B days. So that's going to be new, unless something changes. That's the way we're rolling. Even if we were in what we would say normal school, we would be doing A days on Monday and Wednesday, B days on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's to align with our DCCCD, our early college and P-TECH programs. They're going to be working with Dallas County Community Colleges. So that is a change for everybody, but that is where we are with that. Next thing I want to talk about outside of that schedule is hotspots and technology. Some of y'all are like, what are we going to do all this work on? Things like that. Well, some of you have technology from last year. Some of you had to turn that technology in. We will be doing technology distribution, the week of August the 3rd through the 7th. So that week before school starts is when we will do technology distribution. And I know some people have requested hotspots due to not having the internet or having bad internet service. All that was done through the district, and we'll be getting a list of those that have asked for that. What we will do next week is we will set a couple of different times for technology distribution. That way we'll knock some out in the morning, we can do some in the evening, maybe some midday. We'll just kind of look at the schedule. We may do it by alpha, we may do it by grade level. I have a meeting Tuesday afternoon with technology to kind of fine tune what it's going to look like, what the expectations are. So as soon as I have that, we will host another town hall meeting next week and go over those details as well. Quick reminder, today is the day that you need to finish or turn in that commitment form, that survey that was sent out of what you want your learning to look like as far as face-to-face and virtual, all that kind of stuff. Today is the 23rd, so we need to have that turned in. Let's see here. Let me go down my agenda. Like I said, meetings, we will have these meetings for sure once a week. So expect another one next week. Another thing that I need to tell you is, as of right now, until further notice, our campus is closed as far as coming into the building. I know some people need to have different meetings, whether it be an ARD meeting, a 504 meeting, you want to meet with a counselor, you want an in-person tour. As of now, the campus is closed. So all meetings will be done virtually. If you have Mr. Qua on your computer right now, you can tell he's up at the school. Even though he may be working late, he's not allowed to have any visitors up there. So everything will be done either in the Zoom fashion or in the Google Meet world. So everything will be virtual. Mrs. Hogue is in charge of, she works with our freshmen in our freshman orientation. So we'll be planning to try to do one of those as well. I know some of the freshmen are a little bit nervous about never stepping foot on our campus, and here we go with school. So we're going to try to ease some of their minds and do one of the virtual freshman orientations. Ms. Hogue does a great job with that, and she'll have that information out. We'll probably get it out sometime midweek, middle of next week. One thing that you'll learn about me, for those of you that do not know, I'm very transparent in my communication, maybe sometimes too transparent, but one thing I don't like to do is to give you a whole bunch of information and then I get hit in the jaw and everything changes. So sometimes you're going to see a whole lot of information real fast that I'm real confident in, and then I may slow play some of the other information just to be sure that I'm giving you good quality information, not just flying by the seat of my pants. Trying to think what else. I did meet with the students today, and we are going to continue to meet with them. I had about 130 students, I think, which that's pretty good, even though we have a school of 2,800. For 130 kids to jump on a summertime call at 5 o'clock is pretty good. I am going to hold those as well. In the next couple of weeks, I'll have one next week and then one the following. I'm going to break those out. What I told that group is that I'm going to do a freshman specific group, a senior specific group, and then I'll do a 10th and 11th grade together. There's some senior things that we need to discuss about with those of you that have senior students, and for sure the incoming freshmen. And those are open to all our students. You'll probably also be getting some teachers, some of our sponsors that are going to start reaching out and having group meetings and things like that. Other than that, I want you to populate the chat box, and I want to kind of scroll through there, make sure I know my team's over there answering questions. One thing I do want to make you aware of is we are moving to Canvas, if you have not heard about that. And there will be a parent training on Canvas. You can also kind of get a jump start on that. And there's some YouTube videos out there with Canvas and things like that. So if you want to kind of get a head start, you're interested in what's going on about Canvas, then you can kind of check it out on YouTube. But information about the training will be coming soon. Let me see what else. I have covered the items that I need to cover. I want to check this chat box and make sure we're up to date. Again, we will have another meeting next week to catch you up and just kind of plan on these happening for the next few weeks till we get everything rolling. Those are answered. There's a lot of questions since I just jumped on here, but yes, homecoming's going to be moved. I don't know if that was answered. I'm up at the top. Okay, as far as there's a question on here, I don't see that after the transition period. Right now, I'm not really at liberty to discuss after the transition period. That's one of those things that we're going to continue to monitor what the county has said and what's doing, you know, because we have districts around us that we're scheduled to play and stuff in non-district games and things. There's a lot of lot of variables that go into that. So as far as being late to class and all that, we're going to kind of push pause and wait till we see kind of where we are as far as the county and things like that. Mr. Quah, if you're still on here, there's some Chromebook questions. So please keep in mind that, you know, I know there's some questions that y'all are wanting answered for what happens after September the 7th. We cannot answer those questions. So what we're looking at right now is just the 4-week window in August. From August the 10th through September the 4th, those first 4 weeks of transitioning, getting the kids back into school, getting them going as close as we can to what a normal schedule would look like. So if and when we do return to school, we're able to have a real smooth transition. So that's all we're focused on right now. As we get closer to that September 7th, 8th deadline of are we coming back or not, you know, again, based on what the county has said, we will, again, I'm going to have these parent meetings and we will keep you up to date on where we are. What does band look like? What does football look like? What if I'm virtual? Can I still participate? All that kind of stuff, we will get that information to you. So if you would, parents, and if there's any students on here, please just focus on what the next 4 weeks will look like. Because you have to keep in mind that in the spring, it was not synchronous. It was kids would get up early, do their work, and be done for the day. Kids would stay up till 6 a.m. and then sleep till 3 p.m. and then get up and do their work. It's not going to be that way this year. Here in the fall, it's going to be a normal school day per se. There could be some tweaks to it, but school starts at 7:30. And again, real time, on time, synchronous, however you want to spin it, that's what it's going to be. So that's where our focus needs to be, because that's going to be a change, even for my own personal kids, who are very different in the way they learn and the way they want to learn. But they're going to have to get up and meet when their classes are scheduled. We have a couple more minutes till this is over. So if you have any other questions, you need to get those over in the chat, and we will try to get those answered as quick as we can. Again, if we don't have the answer, we're going to capture those and get them to the district. And I'll verbally answer this one, Holly. Do we know the schedule yet as far as what that looks like? No, other than A days on Monday and Wednesday, and Tuesday and Thursday B, with an alternating A and B on Fridays. As far as what each class period will look like, length of time, not yet, but I should have that at the beginning of the week, and we will get that out to you when we have our next meeting.
Mr. Creel, anything on athletics?
For the first 4 weeks, everything is shut down.
Thank you. I couldn't get into the other room, so
Sure.
I just try to chime in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem. Again, as far as fine arts, choir, athletics, any extracurricular, again, we're focusing just on those first 4 weeks. And the campus is closed. There's nothing after school. There's no coming up to the school. Everything is virtual those first 4 weeks. And as we get closer to that September date, we will pass on the information based on the district and what the county has said.
Still there?
I am.
Mr. Krill, do we have any information about the classes that go on at the GRTC, or will that just play out as we see how the year progresses as far as kids going from the campus to the other campus?
Are you talking about after September the 8th?
Yes, correct. I would assume they'll just do it virtually up until then, correct?
Correct. Now, if something changes with that, then Mr. Bruman will reach out, or the district will reach out. You know, because there's been a discussion that some of those classes have to be face to face, but that's more dealing with after September the 8th, so we don't really know what that fully looks like. But information will be coming from the GRCTC as well, because he'll hold a town hall meeting as well as far as the programs that he offers.
Okay, so if our child's currently enrolled in that, it'll just show up on their schedule and we'll just play it by ear at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I have a quick question. I have a freshman coming in. When do they actually get their schedules?
Okay, I think that was that. One of the counselors can chime in on that, on as far as their schedules. I'm not sure. That's not in my realm as far as what I'm dealing with.
Understood. Thank you.
Uh-huh. If a counselor or Ms. Crook, if you're in here, if you know the answer to that.
Yes, if the parents will make sure that they have completed the parent information in Skyward for the students, then their schedules will be released on August the 3rd.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
And for those of you that are returning, that was answered by Jody Newman. She's one of our new counselors. She's going to be new to Sachse, so she's learning as we all are. So welcome, Jody Newman. All right, guys, it is 7:22. I told you I like to end on time. We're 2 minutes over. But if there's anything pressing that you need, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Everybody else, if you're done, we can be done and you can click off. Don't hesitate to reach out. Shoot me an email, anybody on my leadership team. We will answer all the questions we can. If not, we'll try to go get you the answer as quick as we can. Again, be on the lookout for next week's meeting. We will post it Facebook, Twitter, probably on the website. So there you go. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll end it with run. Mustangs run. And everybody else can click off. And if you want, I'll hang out for just a little bit. Not that I know a whole lot, but I will answer what I can. People
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I have a freshman and I have a senior. My senior already have and my freshman got from Google Chrome from last year. Do they need to return it? Because I put yes on the form, on the commitment form. I said for both they have iPad and Google Chrome. So do I need to redo it again? So
you're saying that your student has a Chromebook already coming from
iPad? Yes.
Okay.
The senior has an iPad, and the freshman had it from last year. He got a Google Chrome, and I did put yes for the commitment form yesterday. So if we have to return it, and they have to have another one.
Okay. And what middle school did your student go to? Hudson. Okay. I'll double check with our technology department to see exactly what's going to happen with that, unless Mr. Qua is still on here.
As of right now, the students will be keeping their technologies and until further notice. I believe that there will be maybe a switch later on though, but since they already have it, the priority is going to be getting the kids that do not have one yet out first.
Okay. So by saying yes for both, I have internet at home, working internet, but by saying both, they have iPad and Google Chrome, is not going to delay them, correct?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Miss Beard.
I'm sorry. If we choose virtual as the option, will we have SHS teachers? Are we guaranteed SHS teachers?
So this is what I know, Mrs. Beard, is that we're going to do everything we can to have SAXE students with SAXE teachers. Now, as many know, teachers, there's different things that teachers teach that they're the only teacher. So it could look different. You know, there's a chance. I will never guarantee anything right now in this world, but we will do everything we can to do that. There are some very specific special classes, and knowing the world we live in, depending on what's going on with that teacher, there could be some shifting that has to happen. But, you know, the way we're geared right now and everything going, yes, your child or all kids should have SAXE teachers. Again, you know, that could change depending on the case. In case it's, you know, English classes, those are easy, but you get to those real specific classes, some of those specific electives, you know, I wouldn't guarantee anything with that just based on people's health, restrictions, things like that, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You bet. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Okay. I don't hear any more questions, so if you would go ahead and click off. I hope that you have a great night and look for next week's meeting.
Thank you, Shay.
You're welcome. Lauren, do you have the ability to take non-SAXE employees out?
Let me see if it'll let me.
Okay. I know JT used to be able to do that.
And I don't know if it's because she created the meeting. No, it won't let me take them out.
Okay.
Looks like Lori Z is the only
Lori
one.
Z? Is Lori Z still here?
And
oh,
S
Halliday. Oh, you're welcome.
I'm stopping the recording.
Okay, yeah.